Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mannys Fitness Program. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you back. And on this video, we're going to be talking about intermittent fasting, how you can use it as a tool for weight loss. Let's get this video started. If your main goal is to lose weight, I strongly recommend you doing intermittent fasting. It is a great tool that you can use. That way you apply some self-control while you're eating the right amount of calories. If you're for that weight loss, you're gonna be consuming a little bit less calories than usual, than what you usually burn to maintain. All right, so as an example, if you're burning 2,000 calories with your workout and your metabolism, then you're gonna be consuming around 1,700 calories a day. Okay, 1,700 calories a day. That'll give you a 300 calorie deficit. And you already know that the body's so used to consuming a certain amount of calories. So when you change that, when you change the amount of calories that you're usually consuming, ghrelin is gonna come. You know, you're gonna be hungry. You're gonna have an appetite more often, so on and so on. So that's when intermittent fasting comes into play. You already have an eating window, all right? You have an eating window, so you're not gonna be thinking about food, or if you think about food, you're not gonna be eating anyway. So you already have your time and place to do so. With that said, you start to practice self-control. Okay, so now there's different types of intermittent fasting regimens that you can be doing. And one of the normal ones is the 16-8. You're gonna be fasting for 16 hours and then consuming your daily calorie requirement, your foods, in that 8-hour window. Okay, so 16-8, 8-hour window to consume your daily calorie requirement. One mistake that a lot of people do when it comes down to intermittent fasting is that they undereat. You know, you only have 8 hours to eat your food, and sometimes they consume, you know, something that's higher in good fats and good oils, in protein. Therefore, you get full, you get satiated. All right, leptin comes into play, and you're full. You don't have an appetite anymore, and your eating window, it's over with. That's it. You wait till the next day to have your first meal. And if that food that you consume is way too low in calories, when it comes down to eating enough calories, it's very detrimental to the body to not have enough calories for you to recover, repair, rebuild, and stuff like that. So very, very important to make sure that you do consume the right amount of calories that you're required while you're fasting, while you're doing intermittent fasting. That's one mistake that I want to make sure that you understand a lot of people do when they start intermittent fasting. Let's move on to other ways that's going to help you also is self-control, like I mentioned earlier, and controlling your appetite. It is going to deplete your glycogen as well, because you're not going to be consuming food often. Therefore, your body is going to go after your glycogen. Your glycogen is what's going to be used for an energy source. All right, so if you're doing the ketogenic diet, you should be already in ketosis. That means your body's going to be using ketones in order for you to perform, or for an energy source. Same thing with the intermittent fasting. You can apply intermittent fasting to the ketogenic diet, and your body's going to be utilizing the ketones and replenishing your ketones and burning enough calories and body fat throughout the process, gaining that weight loss. Other than that, I do always recommend it. I hope that you try it out, especially as a tool, like I said earlier, because a lot of us tend to kind of snack around, or even, you know, kind of eat here and there, and therefore we tend to overeat. With intermittent fasting, you only have a certain eating window where you have your daily calorie requirement. As for me, I usually practice intermittent fasting in different regimens depending on the schedule that I got going on. Sometimes I'm doing a little bit more personal training. I'm constantly running the regular boot camp, the online live boot camp, and the online coaching boot camp. So it kind of depends where I'm at, but I do always tend to want to practice it. I like to work out in an empty stomach, and I don't like to really consume too much food or any food at all in the morning all the way down to around the afternoon. My first meal right now is around 11, 12-ish of the day, and I feel good. I never really get hungry in the morning, so I'm already used to it. There's other types of intermittent fasting that you can do as well. It's not only that 16-8. You can do whatever kind of fits your style, whatever you feel comfortable with. Of course, the more you fast, don't go overboard when it comes down to fasting. There is the OMAD, intermittent fasting regimen, is 1 meal a day, which is just the 23-hour fasting and 1 hour of an eating window, which a lot of people tend to be good with, depending on their lifestyle and how they feel. But the majority of us will have to tone it down a little bit, where the norm is 16-8, stuff like that. But you can play around with it. You can do 20 fasting and 4 of the eating window, or even 12-12 to start with. It doesn't really matter, just whatever you feel comfortable with. Just again, don't go overboard. Once you hit the normal, which is the 16-8, that's around the average intermittent fasting regimen that we usually do. You'll feel good, you'll feel great. Another thing that I want to add on here is breaking your fasting too early. Just make sure that you don't consume any foods that have any calories in it. That's a easy rule of thumb that you can practice, and that goes with coffee. If you tend to put any sugar or any creamers into your coffee, stay away from that. Just regular black coffee will not break your fast, or green tea will not break your fast. Of course, water will not break your fast. Anything besides that will break your fast. I know there's other food items out there that are 0 calories, which will not break your fast, obviously, but why take a risk, especially when there's no calories in it and there is a taste to it? Where is the taste coming from? It can be processed, so you have to be careful with that. I keep it really simple, just black coffee, green tea, and water. You should be good to go. One big question that comes along with what you can eat and not break the fast is, does BCAAs break the fast? And it depends. It just goes in the amount of calories that the BCAAs are gonna have. A lot of times, if it's like around 10 calories for the whole drink, it's probably not gonna break the fast. It just depends. The nutritional labels are not always 100% accurate, so it can be more calories, it can be less calories, you don't know. So like I said earlier, I don't want to take a risk. Don't break your fast too early. That way your body gets used to not eating at a certain time, and you'll be good to go. But keep it simple, you'll be good. Make sure you practice it, especially if you're at a calorie deficit, consuming a little bit less calories than your maintenance level calories, so it won't be too hard for you. Another great option that you can do that's besides intermittent fasting is adding more vegetables to your dish. They're very low and dense in calories, so it's gonna keep you full, it's gonna keep you satiated. And again, water intake, make sure that you're drinking enough water, and that'll control any appetites, and it'll control your ghrelin hormone. That way you're not always hungry, so. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you this, it's not gonna be easy. You're not gonna be comfortable. You might be a little bit hungry here and there because you are transforming the body, you are decreasing body fat, so you're not gonna be 100% satiated. You're always gonna have to go through a little bit of hunger here and there, but it gets better. You're gonna feel good. You're gonna control your appetite. You're gonna lose some weight. It is awesome. Other than that, I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys liked the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button. Join the MFP family, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, be safe, always and forever, mind, body, and strive.